Neil McKenzie,
Here.
Jason Blair, Melissa Hunt, Louis Williams,
Here.
Adam Webb, Mark Ham,
Here.
Glenn Lewis.
Here. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item C is a proclamation. Whereas emergency medical services are a vital public service, as members of emergency medical services teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury. And whereas emergency medical services teams consist of emergency medical technicians, emergency physicians, emergency nurses, paramedics, firefighters, educators, and administrators who engage in hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills. And whereas the citizens of Moore benefit daily from the knowledge and skills of these highly trained individuals and value the accomplishments of emergency medical service providers. And whereas injury prevention and the appropriate use of the emergency medical services system will help reduce national health care costs. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Glenn Lewis, Mayor of the City of Moore, Oklahoma, do hereby proclaim the week of May 15th through the 21st, 2022 as Emergency Medical Services Week. And I believe Kyle Hurley is here. Thank you. If you'd like to say anything. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, council members, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me, and thank you for the proclamation for the men and women who work in emergency medical services. My name is Kyle Hurley, and I'm the director of MSTAT. MSTAT, as you all know, is a department of Norman Regional Health System and has been serving the Moore community formally since October of 2015, but our relationship goes much further back. In 1974, President Gerald Ford authorized EMS Week to celebrate EMS practitioners and the important work they do in our nation's community. And so this week celebrates the 47th Annual EMS Week. And this is a time to thank paramedics, emergency medical technicians, and the entire EMS workforce for their services and sacrifices. In 2021, MSTAT had around 6,000 calls in the city of Moore, many of those related to the pandemic. COVID-19 was a learning curve for the entire world, and on the forefront of the response to COVID patients were the women and men of your EMS community. And it was through the collaboration between paramedics, EMTs, emergency physicians and nurses, firefighters, police officers, emergency dispatchers, and city leaders such as yourselves that we were able to stay up to date with information, respond to emergency calls, and provide excellent care to our patients. And as we move forward, MSTAT and Norman Regional Health System are adapting to the current needs of the community. We'll be prepared to transport patients to the new emergency departments as part of our Inspire Health plan, while at the same time respecting patients' destination of choice. We're also pursuing accreditation with the Centers of Ambulance Accreditation Services. There are only 3 EMS agencies in the entire state of Oklahoma that have achieved accreditation, and only 1% of all ground services in the entire nation. And so this is one of our many commitments to the city of Moore by stating that we will always strive to better ourselves, and that is what makes for excellent patient care, and that is what the public expects. Thank you all so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Yep.
I'd just like to say the reason Louis is running the meeting because I get to enjoy your services. I spent the last week, a couple days in the hospital. So anyway, I appreciate the work that you guys do. Really do. They do a great job. They picked me up on several occasions, unfortunately. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have a second proclamation. Is whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance for sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the community. And whereas Public Works personnel of the City of Moore are involved in the maintenance, planning, design, and construction of streets, transportation facilities, parks, playfields, open space, creeks, paths, storm drains, storm water treatment, public buildings, recycling operations, solid waste, and environmental programs and facilities, right-of-way management, and emergency planning and response. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in Moore to gain knowledge and maintain an ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works infrastructure and services. And whereas the year 2022 marks the 62nd Annual National Public Works Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association. Now therefore, I, Glenn Lewis, Mayor of the City of Moore, do hereby proclaim the week of May 15th to the 21st, 2022 as National Public Works Week. And Tony Mensa. I'm sure you don't get a lot of thanks, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Item 2A is approve the minutes of the regular city council meeting held May 2nd, 2022. B is receive the minutes of the regular planning commission meeting held February 8th, 2022. Item C is approve the reappointment of Sid Porter and Eddie Vickers to the Parks Board for 3-year terms. Item D is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2021-2022 in the amount of $3,928,091.94.
Move to approve.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. This is a consent docket. Please call for the vote.
Danielle McKenzie?
Yes.
Louis Williams?
Yes.
Mark Ham?
Yes.
Glenn Lewis?
Yes.
Okay. At this time, the item passes. At this time, we'll recess the city council meeting and convene a public hearing. Item 3 is review, discuss, and receive citizen input and comments regarding the fiscal year 2022-2023 budget as required by 11 Oklahoma Statute 17-208, 1992.
Mayor and council, just to hit the highlights of the budget, as you know, we had individual meetings with every member of the council. The council had a workshop with staff a couple of weeks ago. The city's budget totals $136,731,949. This represents an $11.3 million increase over fiscal year 22. The budget funds 15 new positions, 7 police, 4 in public works, 2 in parks and rec, and 2 in code enforcement. Total capital outlay of $5.8 million is distributed as follows: $1.9 million from Fund 5, the Moore Public Works Authority, $1.6 million from the general fund, $400,000 from hotel motel, $1.8 million from the 1/2 cent sales tax, $73,000 from the 1/4 cent sales tax. Residential street projects include panel replacement in the Clubs Addition, Central Park Drive entrance on Broadway and Southwest 39th, Meadow Run, Southeast 13th to Southeast 19th, Southeast 38th Street, Timber Creek Way to Rimber Valley Drive, Julie Drive, Northeast 19th to 2015 Julie Drive, panel replacement between Eastern and Truett, panel replacement between Southwest 5th and Southwest 8th on Penn Lane, panel replacement in the Crystal Heights Addition, Thompson Drive between Broadway and Freeman, Chestnut between Northwest 2nd and Northwest 1st, and it also includes funding for potential public transportation study for bus service.
Okay. Any questions from the council?
I don't have a question, but I'd like to say thank you very much to Brooks and his staff for all the hard work you put into that. This is a lot of work to do on these
Yep.
budgets,
It is.
and I really appreciate the job that you guys have done on this.
Yeah. So is there anyone in the audience that would care to speak to this issue?
I would just second what the mayor says. Thank you. I know we're rather conservative usually in our budgets. In the last 6 years I've been on council, I think that we're always pretty spot on. So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our increase is bigger than my first budget. I think when I was here, my first budget was under $18 million for the whole city. So we've grown quite a bit. It's been good.
Yep.
So it's nice to have Costco and all those other things that we can do this year that we couldn't do last year. So appreciate the job you guys have done.
Yep.
That's all I got. Sorry. I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second?
Okay.
This
We
is
just
ju-
closing it?
this just a public meeting. This isn't the formal approval of the budget will come at the next council meeting.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So no motion required. Anyone? Last chance? Want to speak to the? All right. Well, at this point, we'll recess the public hearing and reconvene the city council meeting. Item 4, consider rezoning application number RZ 1019 located in the southeast quarter of Section 19, Township 10 North, Range 2 West, being north of Southeast 19th Street and west of Sunny Lane, from A1 Rural Agricultural District to R1 PUD Single Family Residential District as a planned unit development, and approve ordinance number 4-22, application by Star Castle Investments LLC, Holson Farzana. Planning Commission approved 5-2, and we have been asked to table this until June the 20th.
I'll make a motion then that we table it.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Would you call for the vote, please?
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Item passes. Item is tabled. Item 5 is consider the preliminary plat of Urbanski Farm located at the southeast quarter of Section 19, Township 10 North, Range 2 West, being north of Southeast 19th Street and west of Sunny Lane. Application by Star Castle Investments LLC, Hosen Farzana. Planning Commission recommended approval 5-2. We've been asked to table this one until June the 20th also.
Make a motion, we table?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Item is tabled. Item 6, consider the final plat of the Hills at Timber Creek Estates, Phase 1, located in the northwest quarter of Section 13, Township 10 North, Range 2 West, being south of Southeast 34th Street and east of Sooner Road. Application by Mongold Properties, LLC, Kirby Mongold. Planning Commission recommended approval 7-0.
Mayor and council, this site is located south of Southeast 34th Street and east of Sooner Road. The property is currently zoned R1, single-family residential. The preliminary plat for this development was approved in April of 2021. Phase 1 of this development is approximately 33 acres in size with 2 common areas. It does have 42 lots, resulting in an overall density of just over 1 living unit per acre. The applicant is seeking final plat approval for this first phase of development. Public water is available to serve the site from a 12-inch water main along South Sooner Road. Public sewer is not available to this area. We do not anticipate that public sewer will be available to this area. Therefore, private septic systems will be utilized for the residential homes. Stormwater detention is required. There is no identified FEMA floodplain located on the property. Access for this first phase does include 2 access points. One is along Southeast 34th Street, and the other is located along South Sooner Road. The Envision More 2040 plan calls for this location to be open space residential. Land uses in this land use designation include neighborhoods with smaller lots but featuring significant open space. They can have up to 3 lots per acre and 30% open space. This application was reviewed as to its conformance with the intent of the plan. And because the overall densities are just over 1 lot per acre, it also has some walkable attributes of the proposed developments to a future school site to the south. Staff believes this site is in conformance with the requirements of the plan, and no amendment is necessary. And staff recommends approval of this final plat. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
I would just have one, and this may not be for you, it may actually be more for the city manager and the council, but I know that we keep growing and developing out that way, and more things are coming before us, and we just talk about it being on septic because we don't have sewer infrastructure out there. Is that something that we need to begin to consider? Can that be added to those homes at a later date if development continues?
Sure. So the southeast lift station that we're currently constructing right now was the solution for the east side. And there is a ridge line that runs along the extreme eastern portion of the city that the sewer lift station will not be able to serve. It was a decision made at that time when we chose the current layout of the new southeast lift station that we would not accept any more lift stations because of their, high cost to maintain, and it causes a lot of problems. So the southeast lift station is designed to be very big to sewer all of the eastern portion, but there is some areas that lies beyond that bridge line, and that is this particular piece of property. So there's not many places that will not have sewer, but there are some, and it's usually east of Sooner Road. So with this new lift station, we will be able to sewer everything up to Sooner Road.
With the school, if someday when they build a school out there, does it fall within the?
My recollection of that ridge line is that no, it does not fall within the area to be sewered.
Okay.
So that'll be a solution we'll have to think of when the time comes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else have questions?
Make
I
a
would
motion we
entertain a
approve.
motion.
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Would you call for the vote, please?
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Item passes. Item 7, consider awarding bid number 2022-008, reconstruction of the Ward 2 residential street improvement projects to Silver Star Construction in the amount of $1,432,288 and authorize the mayor to execute the contract.
Mayor and council, this is a continuation in the second project that was bid under the 2021 GO bond. The Ward 2 residential street improvement projects included Nottingham Way from Northwest 27th Street to Northwest 23rd, and Hillcrest Drive from Cass Avenue to Northwest 27th. We received 7 bids, and Silver Star Construction was the lowest bid at $1,432,288. It was about 18% under the engineer's estimate, and we recommend award of the contract to Silver Star Construction as the lowest responsive bidder.
I would just say when I first got elected to council, I remember talking to Stan Drake about Hillcrest. So that was in, I think, 2012. So I'm glad that, I know it's a big project and required another revenue for funding. I'm glad we're able to do that, finally fix that street. And Nottingham as well is in dire need of repair, so it'll be great. I'd make a motion that we approve the.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Would you call for the vote, please?
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Item passes. Item 8, consider awarding bid number 2022-007, reconstruction of the Ward 1 residential street improvement projects to Silver Star Construction in the amount of $1,446,913 and authorize the mayor to execute the contract.
Mayor and council, this was the third residential street project that was bid. Ward 1, the 2 projects are Timber Creek Way and Kelsey Drive. Silver Star Construction was the lowest best responsible bid and was 12% under the engineer's estimate, and we would recommend that we award the contract.
I recommend approval.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie?
Yes.
Louis Williams?
Yes.
Mark Ham?
Yes.
Glenn Lewis?
Yes.
Item passes. Number 9, consider the budgeted purchase of 5 Motorola APX 6000 portable radios and accessories from Motorola Solutions in the amount of $26,566.70 using Sourcewell contract number SW1053M.
Yes, Mayor and Council, this is just a continuation of replacing our portable radios that were originally purchased in 2006. So this is a budgeted item that'll outfit another truck with the newer handheld radios.
Very good.
Make a motion, we approve.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Louis Williams?
Yes.
Mark Ham?
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie?
Yes.
Glenn Lewis?
Yes.
Item passes. Item 10, we have been asked to strike it from the agenda, so we will not read it. Item 11 is consider approval of a new job description for a street sweeper operator in the Public Works Department and assign it to pay grade 107 of the salary table approved by City Council on June 20th, 2016.
Mayor and Council, the Streets and Drainage Division of the Public Works Department is requesting your approval of the submitted draft for a new job description for street sweeper operator. The street sweeper operator will be responsible for operating the street sweeper to clean city streets. This duty will be performed about 80% of the time, with other duties such as ensuring the sweeper remains in good repair and that it has required safety inspections. This position was requested and approved in the fiscal year 2022 annual budget. Staff recommends approval and placement in pay grade 107 of the city's salary table approved by council in 2016. I'll answer any questions if you have them.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Danielle McKenzie?
Yes.
Louis Williams?
Yes.
Mark Ham?
Yes.
Glenn Lewis?
Yes.
Item passes. Item 12, consider authorizing the repair of fire engine number 4, unit number 09154 by Rush Truck Center in the amount of $30,750.80 as the lowest responsible quote.
Mayor and Council, fire engine number 4 has been down for several weeks now, and when it first came in, it was diagnosed to be burning oil and the exhaust system was clogged. Further tests showed that the engine needed to be rebuilt, and so we solicited quotes from 3 different vendors, and Rush Truck was the lowest responsible quote that we got for $30,000 to rebuild the engine.
Okay.
How long will it be out of service?
We've been told that it would take 3 to 4 weeks to rebuild it.
Okay.
Make a motion that we approve the bid.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. So do we have to deliver the truck somewhere? Do they come get it? Is it?
Yeah, they will come and get it.
Okay, all right, very good. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Louis Williams?
Yes.
Mark Ham?
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie?
Yes.
Glenn Lewis?
Yes.
Item passes. At this time, we'll recess the city council meeting and convene the Moore Public Works Authority meeting. Item 13 is the consent docket. Item A is receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore, sorry, I skipped. I told myself not to do that, but I did it anyway. We have some addendum items. Item 12.1. Consider rezoning application number RZ1020 located in the northwest quarter of Section 22, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being south of Southwest 4th Street and east of Santa Fe Avenue from A2 Suburban Agricultural District to C2 Neighborhood Commercial District, and approve ordinance number 5-22, application by Tony J. Tyler. Planning Commission recommended approval 8-0.
Mayor and Council, items number 12.1, 12.2, and 12.3 on the addendum are all companion items. This rezoning application is mainly a housekeeping item. It's to make the footprint of the commercial development that the applicant is proposing to be all in one zoning district, being C2. So the subject site that we're talking about today is just slightly 1 acre in size. This will be combined with the larger parcel with the existing C2 street frontage to facilitate the new commercial development. Public water and sewer utilities are available and will be extended to serve the site. Access is provided by Southwest 4th Street. The site does not contain FEMA-regulated floodplain, and on-site stormwater detention is required. The Envision More 2040 plan calls for this location to be neighborhood commercial. Land uses allowed in the neighborhood commercial district include office, retail, and service uses. The application was reviewed as to its conformance with the comprehensive plan. And due to the proposed land use and site development for a commercial park, staff does believe that this application is in compliance with the plan and amendment is not required. The preliminary and final plats consist of 6 commercial lots. Lot 6 is a lot that contains the KOMA towers, and it will also contain the detention area. Lots 1 through 5 front onto Southwest 4th Street, and they will be available for commercial development. There is discussions right now for lot 5, and that would be a medical office. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Make a motion to approve.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other questions? Call for the vote, please.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Item passes. 12.2, consider the preliminary plat of Tyler Commercial Park located in the northwest quarter of Section 22, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being south of Southwest 4th Street and east of Santa Fe Avenue. Application by Tony J. Tyler. Planning Commission recommended approval 8-0.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions? Call for the vote, please.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Item passes. 12.3, consider the final plat of Tyler Commercial Park, Section 1, located in the northwest quarter of Section 22, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being south of Southwest 4th Street and east of Santa Fe Avenue. Application by Tony J. Tyler. Planning Commission recommended approval 8-0.
Motion, we approve.
And I'll second the motion.
Okay, any questions? Call for the vote, please.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Okay. Item passes. At this time, we will recess the city council meeting and convene the Moore Public Works Authority meeting. Item 13 is consent docket. Item A is receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Public Works Authority meeting held May 2, 2022. Item B is ratify action of city council regarding approval of a new job description for a street sweeper operator in the Public Works Department and assign it to pay grade 107 of the salary table approved by city council on June 20, 2016. Item C is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2021, 2022 in the amount of $516,466.90.
Motion, we approve.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. It's consent docket. Would you call for the vote, please?
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Item 14 is consider authorizing the purchase of 702 polycarts from Sierra Container Group at a total cost of $44,475.10 as the lowest responsible quote.
Mayor and Council, this is for the purchase of more polycarts. We are running through a lot of polycarts these days, and we needed to replenish. We solicited quotes from 3 different vendors. Rare Rig, Total, and Sierra Container came in as the lowest responsible quote.
Well, I'll make a motion that we approve the quote.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second, and that's $63 a cart. That's not a bad deal. So.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Can we get an extra discount for buying those extra 2 carts? Is that what the deal is? I mean, that's an odd number. Okay, I just curious.
Okay. Any other questions? Call for the vote, please.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Item passes. At this time, we'll recess the Moore Public Works Authority meeting and convene the Moore Risk Management meeting. Item 15 is the consent docket. Item A is accept the minutes of the regular Moore Risk Management meeting held May 2nd, 2022. Item B is approve payment of a workers' compensation settlement in the amount of $12,600 for CBR number 20500000919 to Mark Murdoch and authorize payment on the ad valorem tax roll. Item C is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2021, 2022 in the amount of $882,722.14.
Motion we approve.
Second.
Okay, this is a consent docket. Call for the vote, please.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes.
Item passes. At this time, we'll recess the Moore Risk Management meeting and convene the Moore Economic Development Authority meeting. Mark, you gonna do this one?
Yes. Oh, thank you. Item 16, roll call.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Jason Blair, Melissa Hunt, Glenn Lewis,
Here.
Louis Williams,
Here.
Mark Ham.
Here. Item 17 is our consent docket. A is receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Economic Development Authority meeting held April 18th, 2022.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have had a motion and a second. Would you call the vote?
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis,
Yes.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. We will recess the Moore Economic Development Authority meeting and reconvene the City Council meeting.
Thank you. Item 18 is new business, and my agenda goes blank after that. Glenn, you want to finish it up?
Let's see. Item A is citizens forum for items on the agenda. There's no one signed up to speak. Would anyone like to? Okay. Item B is items from the city council or trustees.
Sure. I had quite a bit of discussion with citizens over the last couple of weeks since our last council meeting about our cemetery and how items are moved there. And I know I reached out to Brian, and Brian did a lot of footwork behind the scenes with Parks and Rec on when we remove items. And I appreciate the work on that. I know that there's still a little bit of work to be done. However, overall, the concern was that sometimes things are being moved out of the vases, even though it wasn't the twice annual clearing. And there's obviously a lot of feelings that are attached to that. And then the other part, because of the mowing, there was concern over items being moved that maybe were not in the vases, that people who go visit their loved ones, sometimes they visit much more often than maybe you might imagine, and that they would appreciate even just a sign posted at the beginning of the month that says, between the 1st and the 7th, your items can't be on the ground, or something to that effect, where they knew when they needed to not have their items and they were happy to take them. I will say that I do think there's a compromise in between there, and I appreciate the work that our city staff did to that, and even the citizens that reached out, as emotional as it was, were very open to a compromise. So appreciate you continuing to work on that. And I do owe some answers. Last week I was a little bit out on touching base with you, so I'll get with you, Brian, and we can just circle back and maybe get an answer out to some questions that I had. I got into a conversation and then probably had 10 or 15 people asking me about it. So appreciate that. That's all I have on it.
Yeah, it seems to be a very sensitive subject.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No
I
doubt.
was actually very surprised because there are people that go out there daily. So the fact of asking somebody to remove their items and then put them back in a few days or a week, that wasn't something that they were concerned with at all. They just wanted the opportunity to be able to do so.
Okay. I would like to have one thing looked at, the Curve Apartments. We've got 2 buildings open, and we're in desperate need of mowing. Around the 2 open buildings. It looks haggard, would be the best word I could come up with, so. Okay. That's it for me.
Any items from the city manager?
Yes, Mayor and Council, last week, ACOG recommended approval of a $1.97 million award for ODOT's 80% share of the Santa Fe and Southwest 19th Street intersection widening. So, look forward to continuing that project.
Great.
Very good.
Okay. I'd just like to say thank you to Louis for running the meeting. I appreciate the job you do. Other than that, next item is 19, adjournment.
Would make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie?
Yes.
Louis Williams?
Yes.
Mark Ham?
Yes.
Glenn Lewis?
Yes, we are adjourned. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, everybody.